Shabbat Shalom. So I'm not Rabbi Gutman, but I will be leading services tonight. I am Janet Christensen and the new cantorial soloist for Kol Ami. Whether you're coming into this space tonight to remember a loved one or in need of healing or to celebrate a simcha, we come together to bring in Shabbat. And we welcome online our digital worship space. And for those of you at home, if you're sitting next to a fur baby, give them a big hug and a Shabbat Shalom welcome from all of us. And we are going to begin our Shabbat today with Ki Eshmera Shabbat on page 11. Ki Eshmera Shabbat. So my parents are visiting this weekend, and as such, I'm going to invite them up to do the candle blessings on page 2. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, mitzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. So when the Safids were creating Kabbalat Shabbat services, one of the ideas was that all of the Psalms before you get to the Baruch Hu were sort of taking us through the before part of our week. So each Psalm can represent one of the days of the week. And so we're going to begin with Monday with Lechu L'Ranena on page 12. And so take a moment and think about Monday. What happened on Monday? Might have been great, might have been horrible, but let Monday go. Whatever happened on Monday, you don't have to worry about it because we're moving towards Shabbat. Shiru Ladonai on page 13, and we think about Tuesday. Tuesday is no more. We have put away all of our worries. Shiru Ladonai, Shiru Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shiru Ladonai, Shiru Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shiru Ladonai, Baruch Hu Shemo, Basru Miyom Liyom Yeshuato, Shiru Ladonai, Baruch Hu Shemo, Basru Miyom Liyom Yeshuato, Shiru Ladonai, Shiru Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shiru Ladonai, Shiru Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz. Wednesday with Or Zarua, the light that brings us to the middle of our week, and we're like, yes, we can see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's coming to Shabbat on Wednesdays. So we sing Or Zarua. Or Zarua Latzadik, Uyishrei Lev Simcha. 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 So we come to Thursday with Romemu on page 17. Only yesterday. It's like, oh my goodness, what happened yesterday? And we breathe in Thursday and we let it all out as we sing Romemu. So repeat after me. Romemu, Romemu, Adonai Eloheinu, Vehishtachavu. So we're going to sing that part together. Adonai Eloheinu, Vehishtachavu, Romemu, Romemu, Adonai Eloheinu, Vehishtachavu lechar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu, Romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Eloheinu, Romemu, Romemu, Adonai Eloheinu, Vehishtachavu, Romemu, Romemu, Adonai Eloheinu, Vehishtachavu lechar kodsho. We've made it to Shabbat as we welcome our Sabbath bride with Lecha Dodi on page 20. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, face the door as our Sabbath bride enters the space. Moi v'shalom ateret bala gam besimcha ultochola tochem unei am segula boi chala lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Please remain standing for the Baruch Hu on page 28. Yai, lai, lai, yai, lai, lai, lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, lai, yai, lai, lai, lai. Yai, lai, 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 prayer for creation this week is on your handout. And this month is the 100th anniversary of Hannah Sanish's birth. And she's a beautiful poet whose words have touched many, many, many people. And she left Hungary when she was just 17 and said, you know, I am for Zion, I am for the state of Israel. And she left all by herself from Hungary to the state of Israel, and she became a pioneer in Israel. And when, in her homeland, when the Nazis had come into Hungary, she and many others went back to Hungary and fought against the Nazis. And there was a very famous paratrooping expedition where she paratrooped into enemy territory, and unfortunately she was captured and taken to a POW camp, and she was killed. But in honor of her 100th anniversary, paratroopers from Hungary and Slovenia, Croatia, and England have taken part in a parachuting in memory of that famous paratrooping, and in honor of many others who fought in the Holocaust. And they called it the Crash of the Heavens. Sorry, wrong key. Let's try that again. In the right key. Tefillah continue responsively on the bottom of page 33. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your words and the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Please rise. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Please be seated. So tonight, for all of the chanting, I'm still learning the TKA way of doing the chanting, so I'm going to sing a bit softer so I don't derail the whole group, and y'all are going to sing out so that we can all sing together. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levecha uvchol nafshecha uvchol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ela asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinanta levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'beitecha uvlechtecha v'derech uv'shachbecha uv'kumecha וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Top of page 39. Standing on the ported shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. And I found an additional part of that reading, and it says, and sometimes stumbling through the wilderness, watching this time, not for signs of wonder, but for opportunities to act. We continue with our prayer for redemption on page 40 with Mi Chamocha. Mi Chamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi Chamocha nedar b'kodesh, Mi Chamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi Chamocha nedar b'kodesh, no Adonai et Yaakov, וגאלות מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל. We continue with Hashkivenu and our prayer for building a sukkah of peace over our heads. And Sukkot is coming, so we will soon get that sukkah of peace. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Ushmor tzeitenu uvoenu lechaim u'leshalom me'atzah ve'ad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. We rise for the Amidah. On page 44. So as we begin the Amidah, we will chant all the blessings together, and then we'll move into the prayers of our hearts and our thoughts. And when you feel like that moment is good for you, you can be seated, and we'll continue together with Oseh Shalom. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim v'Konei Hakol, V'zocher chastei avot v'imahot, u'mevi gula lifnei b'neihem, le'ma'an shemo be'ahava, melech ozer u'moshia u'magen. Baruch atah Adonai, magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, mechayei hakol atah rab le'hoshia, morid chatal. Mechalkel chayim bechesed, mechayei hakol berachamim rabim, somech noflim verofech holim, umatir asurim, umkayem emunato lishenei afar, michamocha ba'al gevurot, umidol melech, melech memit umchayeh, umatmiach Yeshua, v'ne'eman atah l'chachayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, ukroshim b'chol yom yahalucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. We move from a moment of peace to a moment of healing. And Rav Nachman of Breslov once said that a person reaches in three directions: inward to oneself, out to others, and up to God. But in truly reaching in any of the directions, one reaches all three. And so as we reach out tonight for our friends online and all of those loved ones in the chat, and for if you have any name that you would like to add, please do so. So we take all of those names in our hearts and just take a little bit of healing for yourself as we sing Mi Sheberach on page 253. Mi Sheberach Avoteinu Mekor HaBracha blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi Sheberach Imoteinu Mekor HaBracha I could feel the healing. So when thinking about what I was going to say for you all for my first first sermon at Kol Ami. It said in this week's Torah Parsha in Akev, when you have eaten your fill, give thanks to Adonai your God for the good land which God had given you. And I said, yeah, we get to talk about food. So we are commanded to give thanks for the food on our table and for the land where our food comes from. But with our busy lives, it often seems very hard or daunting to do a full Birkat Hamazon, grace after the meal. We could do shortened versions of Birkat, leaving out verses and such, or you could say, Baruch atah Adonai hazan et hakol, right? Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives us all. It's a very nice catch-all. For the blessings that God has sustained us. But the Talmud has a different answer for us. And the story goes like this. So a man is sitting on the side of the road on his journey, and he has just finished his hummus and his pita, and he is satisfied. But suddenly, a group of bandits are chasing him, and he has to run away. Ah! And so the Talmud says that the man doesn't have enough time to say Birkat Hamazon. He's running away. So that man says, Brich Rachamana Malka de Alma Mare de Hai Pita. Blessed are you for bringing forth this pita. And so I have two versions of Brich Rachamana for you this Shabbat. The first is by Shefa Gold, and the words can be found on your song sheets. Brich Rachamana Malka de Alma Mare de Hai Pita. Brich Rachamana Malka de Alma Mare de Hai Pita. You are the source of life for all that is, and your blessing flows through me. You are the source of life for all that is, and your blessing flows through me. Brich Rachamana Malka de Alma Mare de Hai Pita. Brich Rachamana Malka de Alma Mare de Hai Pita. You are the source of life for all that is, and your blessing flows through me. You are the source of life for all that is, and your blessing flows through me. Brich Rachamana has 7 words in Aramaic that help us focus in on the busyness of our lives. And this blessing reminds us that however we say it, we should give thanks for our food and where our food comes from. In the Mishnah, it even tells us that you can say grace in any language. It doesn't matter. Because, in the Torah, Moses wouldn't have been speaking in Aramaic. He would have been speaking in Hebrew or maybe Aramaic. But we get the Aramaic from the Babylonian Talmud. So this just tells us that giving thanks is a crucial foundation of Judaism. And we have so much in our lives that we need to be thankful for and grateful for. And in being grateful, we enhance our own lives and our spirituality, right? If you say thanks for this meal, you're automatically satisfied in your stomach. So I have a second Brich Rachamana for you by Noah Aronson, and this version is actually super popular in the camps, and they have sometimes substituted it when the campers have a very full day. So we have this Brich Rachamana. Not in that key, though. Brich Rachamana Malka de Alma Mare de Hai Pita. Try that. Brich Rachamana Malka de Alma It goes like this. Brich rachamana. Try that. Brich rachamana. Now we get fancy. Malka de alma. Try that. Malka de alma. So sassy. All that pita. So I hope tonight, as you leave the sanctuary, you're going to have a satisfying Shabbat meal, and that you take a moment to say grace after the meal in any language, in any fashion, in appreciation for the food that has satisfied you, where the food comes from, and for the friends and family sharing the food with you at your table. And maybe one of these melodies will grace your table tonight. Shabbat Shalom and B'tei Avon. We are going to continue with our service with Aleinu on page 282. Please rise. Aleinu neshabeach la'adon ha'kol, la'teit gedulah li'aseh bereshit, shelo asanu kegoyen ha'aratzot, velo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo samcha kedugahem, v'gor aleinu kechol amonam, va'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol ha'aretz bayom ha'hu yiyeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. Please be seated. There are stars up above, so far away, we can only see their light long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with the people we have loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us as we live our days. These are the ways we remember. And we fondly remember during the period of Shloshim, their 30 days of mourning, Norman Little, father of Jody Tauber, sending all the love. Brian Trahey, cousin of Lauren Morton, Bruce Allen Zach, son-in-law of Bonnie Hennig. And we remember those whose yard sites are this week: Kitty Craig, Sanford Eichenhorn, Stuart Freeman, and Sally Eichenhorn, Sol Friedman, Beverly Gaylor, Becky Goldberg, Harry Goldsmith, Seymour Cease Gordon, Louise Haller, Martha Averin Henkin, Judy Herman, Alfred Kahn, Ava Lazar, Margaret Nagel, Frida Newman, Louise Redman, Dorothy Rower, Sonia Singer, Louise Skegan, Lloyd Weil, Morris Wygoski, and any names you would like to add. As we say, Zichronam Livracha, may their memories be for a blessing as we rise in solidarity, in Kaddish for them and for those who have no one to remember them on page 294. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'vyomechon, u'v'chayei zechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam ul'almei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yithale v'yithalal shmei dekrusha barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'yimru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved, and let us say, amen. Please be seated. Announcements are brought to you tonight by Amy Klein.
Thank you for joining us, especially those who have joined us in person. We currently offer Shabbat services in person by reservation on Facebook Live and YouTube. Complete program and service information can be found in our weekly email, along with instructions for how to register to attend in person. Please join Janet tomorrow morning at 11. And then next week, services are on Friday at 6 p.m. and Saturday at 11 a.m. On Saturday, August 7th at 6 p.m., we will have our rescheduled first in-person Havdalah with a picnic in the park. Join us at Heritage Park in Farmington Hills for an evening of fun. Bring your own picnic, and we will make s'mores, sing songs, and tell ghost stories. We would love to see you there. Please RSVP to the office. Save the date for an upcoming community-wide Green Shabbat sponsored by Hazon Detroit. This event will take place on Friday, August 13th. Come celebrate community connection, sustainability, and the 2021 Hazon Michigan Jewish Food Festival. Details to come, watch your weekly TK email. Save the date for one of our favorite annual events, S'more Shabbat. This will take place Friday, August 20th at 6 p.m. Of note, Rabbi Norman Roman will be joining us for this special event live in person. More details to follow soon. The next session of Jews in the News is coming on August 30th. Please note that the date has been changed from August 16th. Join us on Monday, August 30th at 12 p.m. when Rabbi Gutman offers another installment of his monthly class called Jews in the News, where he will discuss current events and trends from and about the Jewish world. This program will be held in person here at the temple. RSVP is required to the office in order to attend. And as you see outside in our lobby, join Rabbi Brent and Jill Gutman for an unforgettable Israel experience this November 7th to 17th. The trip includes a unique culinary and interfaith experience, along with visits to many of Israel's most significant tourist attractions in Tel Aviv, Jerusalem, Masada, and the Dead Sea, a visit to the mystical city of Tzfat, and a 2-night stay at a lush Israel kibbutz Magan. If you are interested, please speak with Rabbi Gutman or Cheryl Spector as soon as possible. We are very happy that you have joined us tonight. We welcome your interest, questions, and contributions to helping our little temple with a big voice. We are Temple Kolomi, the voice of my people. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Amy. And thank you to our usher, Jody Tauber, tonight for helping with all of the books, and for our technological extraordinaire wizard in the corner, Mr. Eichenhorn. Thank you so much for all of your help tonight. And we will continue with Motzi and Kiddush. And they don't know this, but I'm going to invite Henry Shevitz and Donna Weingarten up to do Motzi and Kiddush with me because of all their wonderful work with the choir with me this past month. It's been a whirlwind. But thank you, thank you. And Kiddush and Motzi can be found, we're going to go all the way back to the beginning on page 5. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Amen. You can drink it. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Shabbat shalom. Thank you. And you guys can take a piece of challah.
You take it.
So our closing song this evening is Adon Olam. Woo, thank you. I'll eat it after because I'm going to be singing Adon Olam for you all. On page 321. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yetzir Nivrach Le'et Na'asa V'chefso Kol Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Ve'acharei Takol levado yimloch nora vehu haya vehu hoveh vehu yeh betifara Adon Olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivrach le'ed nasa v'chefso kol azay melech shemo nikra ve'acharei kichlot hakol levado yimloch nora vehu haya vehu hoveh vehu yeh betifara ve'acharei kichlot hakol levado yimloch nora vehu haya vehu hoveh betifara vehu haya vehu hoveh betifara. Shabbat shalom.